Oh my God. All right. I'm Mollie Jashinsky. Mollie Hemingway refuses to lead this conversation because, as we all know, she is a coward. Like and subscribe while you're here. We're bringing you right now a preview of the debate. Tuesday night, Donald Trump, Joe Biden. I hope you're excited. I know I am. Mollie, should Joe Biden get drug tested?
I think it sounds silly that Donald Trump is saying that he thinks he should get drug tested, but obviously he's trying to highlight something that we all know, which is that Joe Biden had very weak debate performances during the primary, Democratic primary, until those last two debates where he actually did all right. And the disparity was noticeable. And so I think he's trying to highlight that. He also actually said it, though, about Hillary Clinton. I saw a headline that which I'm like, why Hillary? She didn't seem to have declining acuity or focus problems like Biden does. But I don't think he needs to take a drug test, although, it's a weird year. Maybe they should do it. But more than that, I think he needs to get on the trail and actually demonstrate that he would be able to handle the rigors of a presidency. Taking half the days off is no way to demonstrate that. So at some point, voters might have some questions.
Kylee, what should people expect from Joe Biden's performance tomorrow?
Ooh, I think he's going to come out strong, but he has just been he gets so angry and biting.
Yes.
He gets so defensive. And so, the traditional, come on, man, sort of you're full of shit, responses to questions that he doesn't like just aren't going to fly on the debate stage. So
I don't know. What if they did? I was thinking about this because he yells at people who ask him even remotely tough questions. And this is going back to 1987.
I do the same
when
thing.
He had to, we all get very defensive. We understand. We also all like naps. I think Joe Biden is a very relatable candidate. Mm-hmm. But in 1987, someone asked him about how he did in law school or something, and he just goes after him and calls him a dummy and says he has a higher IQ. Then he tells a litany of lies about where he placed in law school, whether he was on an academic scholarship, the amount of that, how he placed in undergraduate. I mean, just lie after lie after lie, combined with the fact that he'd also been stealing someone's biography, the Labor political leader, Neil Kinnock. He stole his political biography and got busted. So that guy would talk about how his ancestors had been in the mines and how he was the first one to go to college. And Biden took that without realizing or acknowledging that wasn't his story. And that's why he got out of the race in 1987. So anyway, this year he's threatening to beat up various reporters who ask him difficult questions.
Again, I've done the same thing.
And he's also said that he really wants to take Trump out back and beat him up. And I'm like, what if that happens? What if this is the goal, is to have a really physically aggressive, and then we're gonna have two old dudes.
Well, it's great.
It could be the best debate in history, right?
No, it's great because Donald Trump is a reality television guru. He will know how they should film it if Joe Biden invites him to go out back and fight. I think Joe Biden is going to perform better than people expect, but I think something really interesting to remember is that Donald Trump bulldozed a very strong Republican primary field in 2015 and 16 because of his performance in debates. And if you even look at somebody like Chris Christie, who kind of has that sort of Biden attitude, and especially in debates, Trump bulldozed him. It's not that Chris Christie didn't have some good moments, it's that ultimately Trump prevailed. And so Donald Trump is just an incredibly effective debater because he throws out the political rule book, meaning somebody like Joe Biden who is adhering to the political rule book. I mean, what can you do?
But that's what I think. He won't adhere either.
I don't think he's going to. Yeah, but he's not going to be Donald Trump.
What I would like is if Donald Trump asked questions that the media aren't asking, or that he took it straight to Biden on things that the media are letting him get a pass on. It seems there's sometimes you think there's only one person in Washington, D.C. who might ask tough questions of Joe Biden.
Where's Hunter?
But the good news is it's Donald Trump, and he's doing a debate on Tuesday. But I think, I'm all over the place. Yes. But the other thing is that people should remember that incumbent presidents tend to do poorly in their first debate on re-election.
But does Donald Trump tend to do anything that most incumbents do?
But this is the thing.
He's so not normal. He's got all this energy with his rallies. What's to say that he's still not just going to pummel Joe Biden?
Well, and we've seen establishment politicians throw away the rule book before with Donald Trump. We've seen Marco Rubio. It just doesn't work for them because it comes across as stupid.
Well, and again, when Joe Biden throws out the political rule book, it's just him sounding angry and not really having real answers to questions, is it not?
Oh gosh, I hope they don't talk about penis size.
I think you speak for a lot of people right now.
Yeah.
Or I do wonder though if the audience, there's like a limited audience, which should be better for both of them. I think they both play to an audience. So that energy might make it a little better. We'll see.
Okay. Well, anything else? Do you think Trump's going to bring up Hunter? Yeah.
I think it's a strong possibility.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, what did we see in 2016? That's what he was really good at, with these, like you said, breaking the rule book.
He puts Juanita Broderick in the front row of a debate.
Yeah, they tried the deployment of the tape. I do want to say this is interesting. The New York Times seems to be coordinating just like openly and brazenly with the Democratic Party. They rolled out their tax story 2 days before a debate. They seem very sad that it's kind of landing with a thud.
Yeah, they do.
But I assume that we'll have questions about that, and Joe might break the rule book by asking some questions about that. But of course, Trump now has ammunition of the Biden family corruption that was laid out, not through illegal leaks, but through actual like Treasury records that were duly obtained by Senate investigators. So again, I don't have high confidence that reporters will ask these questions, but Donald Trump manages to say what people are thinking and that you're not supposed to ask.
What do we think the questions will be like? I mean, do you think that the moderators will do a good job at all?
So Chris Wallace is moderating the first debate, and I believed he did the best job of the 2016 debates.
Oh, yeah.
And I went back and looked at what I wrote at the time to make sure it wasn't just like colleague bias, because I wasn't working with him at the time. But he really did a good job. I will point out, though, that the media response to that debate was completely unrelated to the actual strength of the debate. So all of the media discussion afterwards was in response to Chris Wallace's question to Trump of whether he would accept election results. And he said the now standard, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
And everyone said this is the worst thing they've ever seen. It's a threat to the republic. Chris Wallace did not ask Hillary Clinton whether she would accept the election results, which turned out to be the actual person who should have been asked. And we're now in year 4 of her refusing to accept the election loss, along with her entire party, the media, the left's establishment. But more than that, I remember that debate because she had said that she was willing to risk a proxy war with Russia in Syria by enforcing a no-fly zone. And that got no coverage. And I think a lot of people heard that and said, I'm so sick of these wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and here she wants to get us in yet another one when we're not even out of these other things. And then the other thing is that he challenged her to deny that she supports abortion through all 9 months of pregnancy. And because she does support abortion through all 9 months of pregnancy, she was unable to do it. That's a great example of something he's willing to say that media people are not. And quite oddly, because again, it was Donald Trump, he articulated why this is awful better than someone than you would expect.
It was oddly like one of the most poignant arguments against abortion that I think has happened in a major television event in years, and it came from Donald Trump. Right. Any final thoughts?
No, it's been consistent with his whole presidency then. I mean, it was just like a glimpse of what was to come.
Final thoughts?
No, I'm just excited to see it. We'll see how it goes.
Can't wait.
Talk afterwards.
Well, if you like to watch women chug Diet Coke, please subscribe. And of course, like the video. I mean, you like it, so just like it. Thanks so much. Emily Jasinski, culture editor, here with Mollie Hemingway and Kylee Zempel. We'll be back with more.